Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews. Hopefully this beer is still good. This is Great Divide's 17th anniversary, which was done, this was bottled on April the 30th of 2011. So not quite 3 years old. And this is a double IPA India Pale Ale. And this one is wood aged, pale ale aged on oak chips. And like I said, I've had this beer since it came out in 2011. It's been down in the fridge, and this is a 10%er, and that's the whole reason I put it into the fridge, because a lot of these 10%ers are pretty boozy to start off with. So I'm hoping it's mellowed out a little bit, but of course the hot profile, I'm sure, has faded off a little bit. So we're going to get the wrapper off of this and the cap off of it here shortly and see what this one is about. I don't normally cellar my IPAs, but since this one was a 10%er, I decided to go ahead and stick this in the fridge for a couple of years and see what it's about. I think they're up to the 19th and probably getting ready to come out with their 20th anniversary version of this. So, and I don't have the 18th or the 19th down there. I've seen the 17th and picked it up on a whim, and it's been down there ever since, guys. So let's look at the commercial description on this. Says the 15th was 09, the 16th was 2010, 17th 2011, 18th 2012, 19th 2013, and like I said, probably the end of April they'll be coming out with the 20th edition of this, 20th anniversary edition. Based on our most award-winning beer, Denver Pale Ale, this copper-hued treat is a celebration of everything Great Divide does best. Plenty of malt sweetness provides a backdrop for earthy floral English and American hops, while French and American oak round off the edges and provide a touch of vanilla. Thanks to everyone who supported us for the last, says 15 years, but they're almost into 20 now. Here's the 15 more is what it says. Over to the food pairings. The food pairing for this beer is your typical IPA. Your cuisine is barbecue. Cheeses are peppery, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp, blue, cheddar, your more pungent cheeses, gorgonzola, limburger. The meat is game, grilled meat, and salmon. Glassware is the snifter, the tulip, oversized wine glass. I got the double glass. And this beer says it can be cellared for long periods under the proper conditions. So hopefully 3 years won't be too much. And that's it on that. So let's get the cap off of this one and see what we got going on here. And we've got one of these, probably hard to get off labels. Not too bad. Oh yeah, not bad at all. And I have had a lot of beers just like this one that has the hops have coagulated into the bottom of the beer. So there are some floaties in here for this one, but it is what it is when you try to cellar a hoppy beer. So it's probably going to have some stuff floating around in it. I ain't scared. Alright guys, over into the light. I can see the bulb right through it. It is a rich amber color, almost to the red color, not quite, but it is a rich copper colored, deep amber color. A lot of bubbles streaming up on this one. Didn't pour a massive head, about a half a finger, and it looks like it's probably going to dissipate pretty quickly. Good looking beer in the glass. Let's get a nose on it. Yeah, not a super hot forward presence now that it's been in the fridge that long. A lot of malt, a lot of sweet malt. maybe a hint of brown sugar. I am getting a trace of vanilla in there, but that may have even subsided after it's been setting so long. I do get a little bit of floral hops in there, but they're not real pungent. Smells pretty good. I'm not getting any of the alcohol. Well, that was the main reason I cellared it, so the booziness would probably subside a little bit. And that don't always work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Smells very sweet and malty, very unlike an IPA. But of course, it's got some English hops in there too, which aren't real pungent to start with. Oh well, let's give it a hit. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, very sweet, candied sugar, brown sugar. A nice balance though. It's not bitter and it's not overly sweet. It does have some bitterness on the back end though, so the hops haven't faded out completely. Wow, very easy drinking for a 10%er though. It has done exactly what I wanted it to do. The booziness is definitely subsided. Very well made beer, evidently. I did not try one of these fresh, so this is the first time I've had this beer. Wow, very tasty, guys. This one has cellared very well, leaving a very nice lacing on the glass. I'm a fan of the Great Divide beers. They do some really good stuff. Not only just them, but a lot of the craft beer breweries that make these big monster beers, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15%ers, they can be super boozy on your palate when they're fresh. Or as I call them, they're hot. I mean, they're boozy. A lot of alcohol presence in those beers when they're fresh. So cellar this one for about 3 years, and looks like it's come out very well, guys. So it's 40 degrees. Let's let it warm up to room temperature and let the other half. This is a 22-ounce bomber. Get some of this, and we'll come back and do the final chug on this one. I like it so far. Let's see where it ends up. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Very tasty beer. From some of the comments I've read from the other reviews, this beer is not overly hoppy for an IPA anyway, even fresh. But now that it's been cellared, and I hate to guess what it would be like fresh as opposed, because I've not had this beer before. Did not have a fresh bottle when it first came out. This is the only bottle I have. I don't have the 18th or the 19th anniversary edition of this. With them using the English hops, the hops are going to be more subdued than the American version, but they do use some American hops in this too. So overall, it's a good beer. Just not overly impressed for it being an IPA. But like I said, it's been in the fridge for several years now, and those hops probably have subsided. And the other half of the bottle was considerably more cloudier than when I poured the first half of the bottle into my glass. The other half went into her glass, and it was considerably more cloudy than this part of it was. So, guys, kind of on the fence. I definitely think it's an A beer, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to give it a 9. I'm definitely not going to give it to 10, so let's do the final chug. Now that it's warmed up, the alcohol is still not there. Very nice for a 10%er. Very rich and malty. A little bit of vanilla from the oak aging. But like I said, the hop profile is diminished quite a bit. There is some floral hoppiness to this beer, but not to the extent of what an American double IPA would be. So, guys, I'm going to give this the 8, which is the A- on this beer. It's very tasty. If you've got one of these, I would suggest go ahead and pulling it out and drinking it before the hop flavor diminishes entirely. I probably should have reviewed this beer last year or even the year before. Probably a year of cellaring on this beer would probably be enough on this beer, I would think. Just my guess, just my opinion on this one, guys. But I do think it's a tasty beer. Let me know what you think of it if you've had it. Let's see what everybody else thinks of it. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first. Beer Advocate says 87, which is in the very good range. I'd agree with that. It is a very good beer. Not to your typical IPA standards because of probably what I've done and cellared it for 3 years now. So, and over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 98 overall and 94 in the style on this particular beer too. But the last review done here says January 2014, but he rated it on 9/25/09. And the next one down is November 26th of 2013, which was several months ago. And it's written in French or something, I can't even read it. And October 4th was the next one before that. So, very nice beer. Very enjoyable beer. Not boozy at all now that it's been cellared this long. I can't give you any reference because I did not try a fresh bottle. So, being what it is, I'm not going to grade it for being better than what it is at this particular point when it's been in the fridge for 3 years. So tonight, I'm sticking with what I say. I'm giving it to 8, which is an A-. Definitely a very enjoyable beer, and it does get the A for me. It's got the bottling date on it, and it did cellar well. No booziness at all now for a 10%er. Very tasty. I did enjoy it. So let me know, guys, if you've had this one. Give me some comments back on this one, whether you liked it, didn't like it. I did like it. I just kind of wish I would have reviewed it last year or the year before just to get a little bit fresher version of this. But I got a feeling it would have been a lot more boozier at that time than it is now. So with that being said, hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe. Hope everybody had a nice St. Patrick's Day. And let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.